Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was quite beautiful today. A little windy, but the weather itself, overall, I'll take it. So it was warm, I don't know, must have been around 60. It felt like spring, finally. So today was weather-wise perfect. Stock market wise, pretty good. Dow closing up marginally, but actually turned in a small red candle on the day. We'll take a look at that chart. We haven't looked at the Dow in a while. I want to do a recap and then chart a few stocks with you guys. So the closing numbers, by now you know them, but I'm going to just shoot through some of them. The Dow was up 39 points, 0.15%. The 26,218. We're targeting that 27,000 area. So it's got a ways to go. Apple was up another buck 33.69%, back to 195. So as Apple and Amazon go, so goes the markets, I think. Those are the two key stocks. And Apple had an okay day today. The pot stocks, is it pot crock, or is it crock pot, or is it crack pot, or is it pot crack? I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused whether it's good to be in pot or maybe better to not to be. Pot or not. So today, ACB gave back 14 pennies, 1.54% to 893. I had decreased my position in ACB, basically cutting it in half. I was probably going to look to re-enter at a lower number, but I'm not sure I like ACB the best of the pot stocks, and I'll talk about that as we go along. Let's see what else is of interest. ADXS gave back about 30%, down to $4 after a reverse split. Don't you just hate those reverse splits followed by dilution? You just can't afford to be in a stock that's reverse splitting, because almost always in the biotechs they dilute afterwards. Okay, AEMD continues its downslide, giving back 4 pennies to 88 cents. Painful. It was well above $1, and it's just sliding. Where it stops, nobody knows. You know, you don't like to catch that falling knife. Someone asked me to chart it. Maybe we'll take a look, but I don't have to chart it to know that it's in trouble, in my opinion. Of course, my opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. You should do your own due diligence, check with an investment advisor before acting on any of my ideas. Although Dr. J has wonderful ideas most of the time, I do mix in a few clunkers. ALNY, basically flat. Let me find another big move. AMD. We charted that the other day as a swing trade possibility. And had you swung, you'd be very happy, because it was up 8.5% to $29, $2.27. I suggested it. I don't remember what target I put on it. Probably hit the target already. You'd have to go back to that Sunday night video if you really want to see what Dr. J said, because Dr. J doesn't remember himself. AMRH was up 3% or a penny. I actually sold my position on AMRH today, maybe prematurely, but how long can you hold them as you see them sliding? It's especially these penny stocks. I figure there are safer things to be in, or better things to be in. What else? ANY up 14.5%. This is another one of those day trading stocks. I shouldn't even talk about it because it gives credence to the day traders. It's called Sphere 3D. It goes up 15%, down 15%, up 15%, down 15%. Today was up 15% to 275. I have it on my watch list, but I'm not really serious about playing it. Biopath gave back almost 3% today to 1915, down 53 cents after its poster presentation this morning. I don't think it's that it went badly. I think it just, the AACR event itself was a pretty insignificant event. I think that's what it boils down to. So if there were expectations of grandeur, the lack of those expectations being fulfilled might have caused a little drift down today in BPTH. Anything else of great interest? Chronos down 0.5%. Now that's the pot stock that Dr. J likes. I know there have been some downgrades. I know there's sell ratings by a couple of analysts. I know. Think I don't know? Of course I know. I still like it. It's a secret. I'm buying more. Now, I might buy more at 18 and I might have to buy more at 15, but I'm not that worried because who owns 45%? Did you say Altria? Maybe you're right. Philip Morris. That says it all, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, you don't have to look at the chart, but I'll show the chart. CGC, another one of my favorites. I just like the company. I like the CEO. I like a lot about that company. It's up 0.5% today, 23 pennies to 43.38. My two biggest pot positions are Kronos and CGC. I sold all my Tilray and I sold half my ACB, and that's all. That's all she wrote. CRISPR did relatively little, up 1%, 34 pennies to 38.24. CRISPR has been doing well of late, as have many biotechs, including the next one on my list, CVM, Solsci. Solsci has been on a tear, on a rip, and on a tear. So it's not a case of sell the rip and buy the dip on CVM. It's a case of buy the rip and buy the next rip and buy the rip after that and keep buying the rip because it doesn't seem to know when to stop. It's on a run. We'll try to chart that one too. What did it do today? Up 1.27%, 66, no, up 6%, 27 pennies to 4.62. I was looking at CVS. Excuse me. Close, one letter away. I have talked about CVS in the past, but not worth mentioning today. Cytokinetics up almost 3%. Nice move to 8.31. Delphi up 6% to 22 bucks. I think I've charted that one. Denali continues to fly, 26.57. That one and Voyager are unbelievable lately. They're both Parkinson's, late-stage Parkinson's drugs, both doing gene modification, both hot, hot, hot. Okay, maybe we'll take a quick look at Denali if I remember. Editas up 3%, nice move, 73 pennies. ELF, I closed my position. I made my target at 11.55 and it closed at 11.28, up 8% or 83 pennies. I got in at 10.51 and 10.61, I think. So my average was like 10.55. I was looking for a buck. I got the buck. Should I have been greedy and looked for more? Maybe. I don't know. I like 2-to-1 shots. I was willing to risk half a buck to make a buck. Worked out for me anyway. Evri, EVRI, that's a very holding. That's a gaming company for Indian casinos, I believe. And I don't know too much about the fundamentals, but the chart looked phenomenal. So what I did is I issued I talked about it as a swing candidate Sunday night. It was at 1060. I said, wait for it to pull back to 10 and a quarter. That's what I did. I followed my own advice, got it at 10 and a quarter. It did go back to 1050-ish, but now it's slipped today to 1038, down only 2 pennies. I'm patient. My target on this one, $11, I believe. I'm willing to lose 25 cents to make 75 cents. That's a 3-to-1 shot, even better odds. 2-to-1 satisfy me, but I want 3-to-1 on this one. Probably lose this one. No, I shouldn't say that. Bite my tongue. Ooh, that hurt. Never talk negative, even kidding around. It's like the stock gods are going to punish you if you do that. So don't do that. Dr. J, don't do that. Don't even kid around that way. You know you're gonna hit your target. Don't worry about it, Dr. J. Positive, what do you call it? Positive acclamations, positive whatever. FB, Facebook. You heard of that one? You know, I never use Facebook, but I like the stock, so I bought it for a swing trade. As I indicated I would on Sunday night, I bought it at 167. It was 176 earlier, but it closed at 173.54, down 66 cents. Maybe I should have. This is a case where I was thinking of closing my position early because I already had most of my gain. But you know, Dr. J sometimes is a little greedy, and really you shouldn't close your position early because on average, if you wait, you're gonna hit your target if you're that close on average. Of course, I hate to see a winner turn into a loser, so you know, that's what human intervention is for. Otherwise, you can computer trade, right? Just write algorithms and trade that way. What else is interesting? IBB was up 0.6%, best of the ETFs between the IWM, IBB, QQQ, and DIA. IBB was the best biotech index, biotech ETF. It was close. IWM up 0.52%, so right, very close. So NAVB is an interesting 15-cent stock that was up 7%, 7% or 1 penny to 15 cents. Something about that one that interests me. I'm going to look into that one and get back to you on it. I think it might be coming to life after much deadness, numbness. What else? Nothing that I see that's phenomenal here. Someone asked me to look at Phase Bio. Well, it was down 14% today. I think that says it all. So I don't think I need to look at it. I did look at it. I wasn't thrilled with the chart to begin with. Planet 13, up 18%, 31 pennies to 206. Dr. J keeps talking about that one, the Las Vegas dispensary. Talk about it, but I don't buy it. Could have bought it at like 80 cents cheaper. Keeps going up every day just to upset me. It's easy to upset me because, you know, mind bets are easy to make. When you put your money down, that's when it counts. Here's another interesting penny stock, Precipio, PRPO, 13 cents. I know a lot of you like these penny type stocks. This one actually has a blood test that could be very promising, very lucrative. I think it's called, oh, I forgot, cold something or other. It was up 9% today, or a penny and a half. What else is worth mentioning here? So I'm mentioning a lot of pennies today, a lot of penny stocks. The reason I'm doing that, I think the last leg of the bull market, which we're going to enter, if we haven't already entered it, is going to see a huge run in a lot of the penny stocks, and in particular biotechs. So that qualifies PRPO in that category. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just putting an alert out on it. SEEL down 3.8% today. Also gave I think a poster presentation at AACR today. I think most of those AACR presenters were down today. Yeah, kind of a letdown for most. I mean, the news was out from the abstracts. Nothing really new. So, you know, if you were expecting a boost from it, you didn't get it. It's par for the course. Sorrento made a big gain today, 15% to 438. Congratulations to all those people who got in lower today. Sorrento, I had my eye on SRNE. Do I think it's too late? No, I don't think it's too late. Maybe you'll take a look at the chart. Teum, nice move to 489, up 5.4%, 25 cents. I had a swing trade going that I cashed in maybe a week ago on Teum, right around this price. Maybe it dropped pennies higher. So that means I didn't have to cash it in, or could have bought it back. Yeah, that's what I should buy it back. Too late. On to the next one. Tandem. I did buy more. The beast is going to roar again, says Dr. J. It shall roar once more. Tandem, 61.95, down 90 pennies. I bought it under 61 pennies, $61. Don't remember exactly what I paid for it today, but it didn't particularly hurt my average, so I figured, why not? I think it's going to run again, make new highs above 72, above 75, above 80, above 85. Should you get the idea? I'm bullish on Tandem. When it makes that run, I'm not so sure. Maybe it needs more of a breather. Village Farms up another 5.66%. I think that's a marijuana play in hemp oil, or whatever it is, 15.87, 85 cents. Not a bad move. Voyager up a meager 2% today, only 45 pennies to 21.70. Still, you remember where it's come from, right? $8. Not that long ago. In Trexon, XON, small gain today. XXII up a penny. Here's a big one. JD alerted me to ZYNE. JD, I hope you have tons of this stock. It was up 15% today, 92 pennies to 7.40 after being up $1 the day before, I believe. It's on a roll. I alerted you to this one yesterday. So I said I didn't know what they did, and I still don't know what they did, but they're looking good. You could watch yesterday's vlog to hear what I had to say about Zyne yesterday. Now we're going to take a look at a few of the stocks that I highlighted in the recap, just to take a quick peek at some of the charts. So we're going to share screen. I want to look at the Dow. The Dow in particular is of interest. You see, it turned into a nice green candle above resistance, followed by two dojis, and both of them were red. But the good thing about today's candle, it made a new high and a higher high and a higher low than the day before. And it made a higher high than the day before that, which was a very significant high. So it's moving in the right direction, although inching up. I like the direction. The direction is good. The speed is slow. Well, it had to digest this nice run that it's made over the last several weeks. So I think it's just a question of digestion more than anything. Let's take a look at CVM. Buckhead Creek. Are we getting rich with this one? Looks that way. Buckhead Creek and I are going to invest in a big farm, right, Buckhead? You want me to be an investor? We'll go partners. Can it be like in my backyard and maybe grow a vegetable garden back there and then sell it from in front of my house? What do you think? Can we make money that way? I don't know if we can make money that way, but I sure wouldn't mind doing that. I did that in a previous house of mine where the soil was quite good and I had big crops. I really like gardening, growing vegetables. I miss it, Buckhead Creek. I'm envious of you being a farmer, and you're envious of me being a whatever the heck I am. So the high of the day was 484. I gave some back. The low of the day, 436. Closed at 462. It's just on a phenomenal run. I don't love the candle today, but it had such a candle three days ago, and after going down for most of the day, finished up. I think something similar could happen here. I think you might see some early morning weakness only to finish up. I mean, it's on a tear. I don't love the fact that it gapped between, it has a little gap up here. You know, I hate open gaps, but this is on a tear. This could run straight to 7. I said that the other day. I'm going to repeat myself that it could run straight to 7, or almost straight. Nothing goes straight up. Take a look at another one. I'll just overlay. Take a look at another hot one, Voyager. I like to look at the hot ones, not the ones that are not so hot. It was much higher on the day, closed at a pretty much even on the day at up, well, no, 45 cents, but it had a bigger range. So it was above 22.50 and closed 21.70. We don't like that give back. I don't like to give back territory, hard-earned territory. We've been on a phenomenal tear, so I would expect it to be normal to come back a bit, certainly a bit. So normal, healthy, whatever you want to call it, maybe a pullback to this level here around 2020. 2020 is good vision, so maybe 2020 would be enough of a pullback for it to gather new momentum. It doesn't have to pull back that much, maybe the middle of this candle. More like 2065. I see it giving back as much as a point. That might be a good time to go in and stop loss maybe tight stop loss. If you go into 2065, stop loss right about here at 20. And if it's a swing trade, why not shoot for the 2250 level? So you're going in at 2065, looking for 22, looking for $1.35, and not willing to give back, more than what, 65 to 1985, 15, 80 cents. 80 cents for $1.35. Not a bad percentage trade. So I like the odds on that for a swing trade. I think I personally am keeping my core position. If I swing, I'll let you know. I haven't swung on Voyager yet, but I may. Let's look at another one. AMD we should look at, right? What a move today. I also want to look at cron. Let's look at cron first. Chronos. Why am I so high on Chronos? I don't know. I just am. It's not a good answer, I know. It's gone through its support. It has new support right here. Let's draw that in. New support is the low of the day on 328, right about here, about 1720 area would be support, and we have another touch of that trend of that support line here. That looks good, about 1720. Do I think it's going to go all the way down to 1720? It might. So if it does, I'm going to add to my position. I might add to my position anyway because I just like this one. And average into a larger position. I hate to do it when it's falling, but I think it will hold this support at 1720. I would be disappointed if it didn't. The next major area of support is probably around here at about 16 bucks. So yeah, I mean, I think 1720 holds. If it does test that level, it's probably a good buy right about there. I want to look at the other pot stock that I am into, CGC. Okay, it looks similar in a way to Chronos. It also made a new low about the same day, I think. Pot was weak that day. So the same thing is true that I said for Chronos. I think this level will hold. If it comes back down to this level at 40.67, Dr. J is a buyer. I missed it when it did hit that low because I definitely would have jumped in for more shares, but I won't miss it again. I like the support. It's got several hits on this particular support line. I like it there. I think it's a good swing trade, even if it pulls back to, let's say, the low of the day yesterday, which was around 42. So if it pulls back to the 42 level, you buy with a stop at 40 bucks and a take profit up here at, what is this level? Come on. 48, that's too much. Maybe not. Why not? You hold it, you're going to go for the glory here. So if it comes down to 42, you buy looking for 48, you're 6 points, willing to lose 2. 3-to-1 shot. I like those 3-to-1 shots. You win enough of them, you're in good shape. You don't have to win them all to make money with 3-to-1 shots. Same is true with 2-to-1 shots, even 3-to-2 shots. I like to get odds. I don't like to give odds. A lot of day traders like to give odds. I'm not a day trader. If anything, I'm really, in many cases, a longer term investor. But I do make these swing trades occasionally. I find them interesting and somewhat lucrative, usually. So that's Canopy. I said I wanted to look at AMD, Applied Micro. I don't think I'm going to be able to look at all the ones that I said that I was going to look at, but you know, we got to stop at some point. Okay, so what a jump, what a gap up today on some kind of news. I don't like the end of the day finish down from the highs of 30, but that happened in a lot of individual issues today. So again, the market itself gave back. So it's not that bad or unusual. Do I think it's going to fill this gap? No. I think it's probably a good buy if you can get it, let's say, at about, or if you can get it right about here, that's a very good buy. Very good entry for a swing trade, 28.22, let's say. Yeah, I like that. You enter at 28.22, looking for 29.80, and put in a tight stop. AMD, not short, but long. Play it long, in my opinion. I did not enter a swing trade on it. I wish I had, because that would have made me and yet another winner. It was in my Sunday night list. I mean, that's definitely a shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, we don't like those shoulda, woulda, couldas. I promise never to say shoulda, woulda, coulda. But if I woulda, I coulda, and I shoulda. 28.19, 28.20 is a buy. You stop, tight stop. I don't believe in big stops. 28.20 to 27.50, let's say, and take profit at 28.80, the top of this candle, or just below the top of the candle. 29.95, so you're looking at 29.80, just below that. I like those odds. 29.80 off of 28.20. That's 160 to 27.50 would be 70 cents. Good odds, right? You're willing to lose 70 cents. You're willing to make what did I say? Buck 50, like 2-to-1. Okay, is there any other one? I wanted to look at Evri. ELF, I closed out my position on ELF, so there's really no point charting it, I guess. Not from my vantage point. But I would have liked to give it a look, but it's running out of time. Evri is a position I'm still in. I kind of like the story, and I kind of like the chart. And I kind of like my swing trade. Although today it went as low as 10.11, which is a little too close for comfort because I'm out at around 10. So I would have taken a little hit. In at 10.25, my goal is just under 11, about 70 pennies. So let's say 10.95. And my stop loss is around 10 bucks or 25 cents. I'm looking for a 3-to-1 shot. Can happen. I don't know why, but I think I'm going to be a winner on this one. Sometimes you get that good feeling about it. And it came down and it came back up. I like the candle, even though it's got a tiny red head. I like red heads. What could I tell you? It's an inverted hammer or a hammer. I never remember which is which. It's a pinhead in the bar chart terminology. Pinhead. Okay. That's about it. I'm going to stop because I can go on all night. If I missed your favorite stock, I apologize. But I really can't stay on all night. I'll be back tomorrow with more charts, more commentary, and we'll keep in touch by tweeting. You'll tweet me, I'll tweet you. You'll write comments to this vlog. I love comments to the vlog. I love comments on stock twits on Twitter. Don't look for me on Facebook because I never look at my Facebook account. Okay, so that's it for tonight. I hope you had a rewarding experience looking at my charts and saying, Dr. J, you've been on. You've been hot as heck. I've been hotter than fill in the blank. Hotter than what? All right, you can fill it in the comment. Write comments, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about me. Give me that thumbs up. Adios, amigos. Ciao. See ya.